This Lion fan base, Coach, they have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Orlando Wizards and the Detroit Lions. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Ready? 18 Gator. Squeeze, double up. Strong right, strong right, strong right. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, Alpha. Check. 3 down. Check. Stop Mike 42, Mike 42. Ready?
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
70, Indy. Switch out. Whip. Watch the whip. Under 10. 10. Check it out, Leo.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll look to throw here. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check. Hey, Charlie. Kill. Watch out. Hard.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's get off the field, D. Tighten up. Team spill. Alert 3.
2nd and 9 now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Switch. Undercrush.
Here's Bowden. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
They'll try and run with their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Watch the ship.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ready. Blue 60. Check. Watch 54. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Try 70. Alert.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
280. Check 56. Man out.
Stafford gives to Johnson on the draw. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Cooper was the target there.
60 Pittsburgh. What's the X3. 218. Chop. Get it.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Check 52.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check 13. Check 13. Bravo.
2nd and 4. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, Echo. Hey, Sam off. Be grip.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. Clear. Begin. 49, check 49, check 49. Check 9.
2nd and 13. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Down. 8-3. Check. Crunch. You draw Corker.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got him.
On the toss, here's Johnson. Ooh, with a juke. goes left side. A big run there by Johnson. 67 yards. So all the way down close to the goal line. Good blocking up front. Helped to spring it.
When this drive is over, he's got to get to the bench and sing Kumbaya with the offensive line, doesn't he? Big-time openings for him. Gets him all the way down to the 2-yard line. Let's see if they can pound it in.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Shift.
Hey, lock it. Go out.
He'll look to throw. Airing one out for Crowder. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
59 mark, check, 59. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
On 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
At their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check 31.
22 jet bomber.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check 24. Check 24.
Leo.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Pull it together. Slam. Slam.
Hey, Orville.
Check 42's the mic. Check.
Get it.
And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it, baby.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing is Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Go.
2nd and 14. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
36.
Pilot, 64, weak.
SOS. Check 3. He's coming. We got double up.
61, matchbox, lights. Hurry. Speed grip.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Stafford. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball. 59.
They go to Johnson again. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Mike 56, Mike 56. You bet.
Stafford now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right on the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get
Quickstone, travel.
Check 99. Check 99. Check. Switch.
Rock it.
Check the backer. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Handoff, Coleman, right side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 35. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Go.
Check hot.
Ready.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, Zoo.
What is the mic? Squeeze. It's a party now. He's checking. Crash. Check. Lucky.
On the counter, here's Coleman. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 22-yard scamper as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll run with Baldwin. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
On 3rd and 1, it seems natural to just turn and hand it to the biggest guy you have in the backfield. But usually, he's not the primary runner. So for the defense, they often keep
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Eric Armstead coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Stafford throws complete to Galladay. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Stafford. They'll roll him out right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Break the set. Blue 60. 54 Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
A first carry for Elijah McGuire. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Stafford. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Check 50. Check 50. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Shift! Watch the shift! Shoot!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Lady! Watch my board. Now watch one. Check it out, read. Watch that.
On 2nd down, Johnson. He finds an opening past the 40. 31 yards there and a first down.
I can say this from experience, especially from a defensive back's perspective. There's not many things more terrifying than a toss sweep or a pitch play and all that beef out in front of the runner.
Yeah, I had an old coach say 3 words on those plays, toss or pitch. Set the edge. Heard him over and over.
A lot of times they roll the edge, and when they do that, that's why you can go for a long way.
The tackle by Eric Armstead. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the objective there, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Check. Watch 54.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a carry here for their fullback. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the post. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40. Hey, watch the slant.
6-6, pull it high. Snap.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Nick Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Stafford going to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. Intended that time for Cooper.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Check. Fresno. Takes 3. 218, chopper. Look, squeeze.
On first down, it's Coleman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Their season ends here. A tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that,